Homework number 3, this Jumanji ad. The instructions look like this. You are recreating this part of the ad, the image part of it. We're going to open this file. We're going to do these things. Which is to, well, I'll walk through it, and if you need to find the instructions, they should be pretty similar to what it is that I'm doing. Okay, first thing, we're going to flip this layer. We're going to notice, first of all, I can't see it, so I'm going to make it zoom in, Command 0. And we are going to get rid of this layer mask. I can see what the picture actually looks like without it. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to click this trash can. I don't want to apply it because that gets rid of the whole image. Now there's no mask and there's no image. So instead of doing that, I'm just going to say delete the mask. I'm going to go fast because I only have 15 minutes. YouTube doesn't like videos that are longer than that. So if you need to pause it, just pause it. All right, so flying right along. I'm going to flip this image, transform, flip horizontal. Da-da-da. And using the object selection tool, I am going to pick the girl here. My male is jumping up and down. Hold on just a second. I guess I can't do that. Okay, whatever. All right, so moving right along, I've got her selected, and I am going to make a layer mask by clicking on this mask button here. I'm going to move her over. Oh, first of all, I'm going to check and make sure that this masking tool did a good job. I'm going to add right here using the brush. Whoops, I'm going to make it smaller. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to get rid of this blue stuff here. I might make it a little so the edges are a little harder so it's not so blurry. I'll make it smaller, even, smaller. It must be pretty low res file. If you were really using this for like a magazine or something, it would be higher res and you'd have to use a bigger brush. Okay, maybe it's not actually a pretty awesome job. I might get rid of this green stuff here, and that's from the grass that is behind her. Okay, just make sure. Oh, and what's going on here next? Put her hand back in there. Okay, that's funky. So it doesn't always know what it's doing, and so you have to just make sure. X, brush. All right, X. Okay. All right. The hair looks pretty good. Her face looks pretty good. Command 0. All right. Now we're going to try to make it look like her foot is behind this bedpost. In my example, you'll see that her foot looks like this. So try to put yours as best as you can, most similar to that, like that. All right, maybe up and over a little bit. All right, and then using the brush tool, make sure again you're on your layer mask. You're gonna get rid of the foot there, and then it will look like it's behind the bedpost. And it's okay if I go over it, right? Because I can switch it back to the white color, and now see over here, it's black and white. If yours is not black and white, click that little black and white reset button and it will make it black and white. You want to make sure that to paint with the mask, you're using the black as the foreground color, and if you want to paint the hole in the mask so you can see the image, then you're painting with the white, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm putting her foot back in there so that so I can see that I'm in part of the image, making a hole in my mask. All right, so that looks pretty good. Next thing you're going to do is open the crocodile file, which I already have open. I'm going to Command A to select the whole image. I'm going to Command V to paste the whole image. I am going to flip my image, transform, flip horizontal. I'm going to rotate my image, whoop, and zoom out so I'm going to resize it. All right. Zoom in again. I am going to look at my reference here to see how this looks. So I'm noticing I have the shadow and the arm is cut off here. There's about this much room and there's about this much room here. So let's see how we're doing. All right, it's going to be a little hard to see where the bed is. There's the bed, like maybe it's a little more like that. Maybe a little bigger. Because there's the top of that. So maybe a little bigger. A little bigger before I drop it in there. Okay. It's not the end of the world if it's not. I mean, I suppose, I don't know, whatever. I make him a little bigger. Let's see where the end of his back is over here. So I've got like that little guy. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Like that. I double click it, and then you're going to use your object selection tool. You're going to click on hover over your croc, hold the shift key down, and you're going to select that croc. You'll see that there's an extra leg there. We don't want that, but we're going to make a layer mask. And then we're going to zoom in, and we're going to use our brush tool, which is the letter B. I'm going to make it a little bigger, and I'm going to, whoop, not that big. I'm going to make sure that I've got the black in the foreground so that I'm creating more of a mask here. Okay, and that looks like that's his leg. You'll see in the example, there's a little bit of, I've included some of the dirt, and it looks like it's fuzzier. So I'm going to get rid of some of that hardness and make it more fuzzy. I'm going to make sure I've got his shadow in here. Okay, and some of the dirt, but not, oops, whoops, but not that croc. So all right, maybe not that light colored dirt, but you can see, let's see, there is some of that there. So X, get some of that dirt in there. Not that croc. Not that croc. Some of the dirt. And if you were being really meticulous, you could probably, make it slightly less opaque, and then it wouldn't look so harshly similar. All right. Excellent. And now, lastly but not leastly, we are going to remove the wall art. Okay, how do we do that? We're going to click on the bedroom layer. Oh, I forgot to label this crocs, and click on the bedroom layer, and we're going to do this content aware fill thing. So I'm going to go up here, I'm going to use this rectangular selection tool, and I'm going to right click, but you can also find this under the edit menu, content aware fill. I think yours should come up with automatic selection of green stuff, but just so you know, this is the sampling tool thing and button brush, and you can draw in what areas you want it to copy from. I'm going to go like that. This looks okay. It's not great, but it's you'll see that the actual object itself below is really light, and above it it's pretty dark. And make sure that this is dropping onto the current layer. You're going to say okay, and now you'll see that layer looks like that. I'm going to use my selection tool, and I'm going to do the same thing for this. Got to use my sample. There must be a way to set it up so that it automatically does that. I seem to have lost that. All right, so I'm gonna deselect from this, holding the Option key down, deselecting there. I'm gonna add some more of this in. I'm gonna add some more of this in to give it more. Maybe get rid of that. I don't know. All right, I'm going to say okay because we have to do this part anyway. Maybe not that. And I'll do it again. Use the sample brush. Okay. Woohoo! We got to use a little bit of the darkness around there. Make sure it goes all the way to the edge. Use this above and use it below. I'm going to cancel, and I'm going to make my selection a little smaller. And again, it's doing a pretty good job, but it's not perfect. So just make sure to include enough information so that it can look okay. And you don't want any of this wall over here, because look what it, oh, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's not affecting it too much. All right, and I'm going to say okay, deselect, and now Command 0. I'm going to save this as, and this isn't great, you know, but it's good enough for now. And if you really had to make it look better, might be better to just shoot the wall. So if, you know, like retake the photo for a mock-up, this is acceptable. And I feel like, let's see, there's our guideline, command semicolon, shows view, guides here. And that's where the top of the ad is anyway. So the fact that this is not perfect is okay. It would not be okay. This is not acceptable really in real life. But for now it is working, and it's just the homework. Oh wait, so you're going to save as file, which is Command Shift S, save as, last name Waterston, Adrian, first name, in that folder, and that is what you're going to upload. Okay, all right. And if you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me a message in Canvas or text. And I am around this week if you need to meet on Zoom or in person. Just takes a little more planning, obviously, to do it in person. Okay, have a super one. Thank you.